the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.
And Anna Office of the Special Prosecutor Yera Kisi Ejaben Ede 25 charges a former Chief Executive Officer of the National Petroleum Authority NPA Mustafa Addo Hamid and 9 others. Na nyina fa 280 million Ghana cedis scandal ana ebi money laundering ebi a ose sika bi a ose fa baabi na empanifo yi de afa baabi na empanifo no emu 7 nipa na 3 na aka no company na empanifo edin de na ni mudi ni dindi amu akotinye pa Mustafa Abdul Hamid a ono former NPA boss Ajeni Boatin Ajeyi Sumaila Abdul Rahman, Charles Bisu, Alexander Kwabna Safo Kantanka, Issa Seidu. Na enemene wakase Office of the Special Prosecutor Yera Kisi Ejaben ekokopie mu court no kokopie mu court no odi betu bia say 25 charges odi abon panifo we mu no na odi oguso hwehwemu na 25 charges no kra ansha ebi esaba beka ho amene wakase OSP any panifo we mu lawyers ekopie mu court na OSP 25 charges no ise kwa de every 25 akwa kopie mu 54 charges na 54 counts and ode abon panifo we mu nyina ode Nsem-Pii yenjebre yentie Angel Kwadwo Dixon about je report no every reporter amabrako every courtroom ho buy na amabrako eden nsem nyina tudwa abra na court call asetena na OSP ene mpanifo mu nyina ekopie mu court ho yenjebre yentie nsem nyina
Court-Ay3butubutu Office of the Special Prosecutor ya Court-Ay3butubutu ede etia womo di dream ayebone memo no na wane kane Chief Executive Officer Edema National Petroleum Authority NPA Dr. Mustafa Abdul Hamid ene nipa bese nkrumbia ka no mo asem wabo mo ko du bese aduonu enumbi ya no asem kra ne nkansie na afedie OSP chese adanse ndia sa be kan wonti kane no ayapamdada amase sa pamfoforo ena wade backward bonum Njesiano free 25 54 Dr. Mustafa Abdul Hamid and say ni pankron na tse ohwemu a eyempemanim at 300%. Na kwa adware go omoso no se sika ya chese afri on money laundering baby o se sika fa na da fa epulachi na da fa kude okuntu chese sam and Yakob said 300 million Ghana cedis no ha chese ebi tem papa na say ni pa ya wadu ko dwabo mu Dr. Mustafa Abdul Hamid ni danchanya yo Jacob Kwabna and one Wendy Newman Albert Ankra Isaac Mensa Brat Media Kumensa Kwaku Abuaje akwa afi ebinu so Promptness Limited any company Car Logistics Limited and Kings Energy Limited omunyina na mo hwa se amosho no NGTV so no utimi se alo ya fo besre ebi so ensre ewo court udia de koye ma no enti ya court ne man so akwa akodu ho no ama brako ampofo ama kwa bai wona ugina otele kura ne se pa wase no
oga no kura ne se empanifo abobo mudi enipa mako enso a company niensa account yeka so nipa edu enipa nkasa yenso na companies niensa account yeka ni nyina boma edu afi eno ma be pin e court aba se de edi kan we asem dada na e court da na e court ni fitianse na kwa edu ya abo ho mako edu enu 25 charges na ye di kan a charge won na no na yenim say the na ye kana na ye kan and pray you ya Office of the Special Prosecutor onunyanko kisi Ejaben chese ehwemu no neguso ekoso na da no ka say we mu say bedu baby no bitimi aba say bedu baby no be fa charges ne kakra no di bia be kan ofe na no pay ko du court chese ko edu mako edu enu 25 na odi abo enipa edu ni ene emu apeja kakra emu apeja ko du here opeja document no fa any document adema Where the next 25 akwa could do 54 counts and that's 54 charges. And as I say, about the top job. The dean of I said, you can now be boy and Pepe. Where do a be a so many count with Tiboom? Said the Omebo Chrono, a be and it's a conspiracy to commit crime, to waste money laundering. A be a felon, so much come a jump, a be so a Janankasa Wumuji and a be a chronobo, a be a say, Wamudi Omujibia, a dear mount, the public office along. Ebo Ghana for Apple. If you are teaching will be a enemy Juma with D. Now, of our also quite well, and I dear boy, and no can say, I feel and a court in a queer this account, Macoma 55 into your bow, dear. Oh, dear woman, a kind amount. Or Mustafa Hamid, who define us so deep in money laundering, meaning we're pleading not guilty. If you can kind Macoma 54, no be idea woman be a kind I adore the amount, a kind. Now the any woman near Yabisa, would you finance or did would you finance or did of a no cat, and then the PSC court to them after and I need to take you plea. As to say, only now they did not duty or duty to all the offenses. So beyond so and then a lawyer for and a buyer of her. And not the assay and a court and a crime, me PSC court to them on. Now you go to take you plea, take you plea, Nivea, after that kind of fact sheet to me now. Where do I be a bomb? After in the betting in us, one Ankatangata. Yes, a Tibrisi, Equitibrisi, Udisika, the Kawaki account to Remu, Equipia account to Remu, meaning the kind of attracting yeah. Now, lawyer for an after court and say, Omo will do. I say, with no conditions, or to one for Edibamon. That case, earlier, may 25 charges, and a more figure, I do 54 counter. I say, anyway, take you, please. We better from the offer, and rather some after 48 for Antana.
Yo, now some answer now walk on. So we share said the Ashia GTV and Facebook NG 102.9 FM Suya. What is Dr. Mustafa Hamid Nankasanwa? Asamuno as an Cassano, Debia on your bone dinner snap from Abano. What Chia was straight to Sanya. I didn't push you to cry.
I was really happy. Of a down diameter, I cast a case about court of say. I mean, you want to say, you barely a friend case management conference, CMC. CMC don't know if I do not a dear porno. Near share, like a Attorney General Butum. Near Cronin, some of the baby dance to Tiao. And no now we the good poncho or court when you actually said, if you ever dance before a do, you ever dance before a noon, you ever dance before you. I dance before you, waiting crack away, never waiting crack away, never waiting crack away, never. Of the one say, wow. Now, she said the A be a quick idea, Bob, you say, would you now when you say the work out, now so send Attorney General or Deba, if you should be police for Deba. Na of an answer to Wakatana, now was the restaurant when you are not and far. I feel a Honda a pemo, not a word Jinay, and no Jinaya, who better so be good Jamaica was a Mako for play bargaining. Thanks of her. Quite do not a dear bond to say me the other case, oh, evidence, dear, oh, no evidence. The case management conference, new CMC. Now, won't you crown, because it's so good to say, Bama, they did that pemo, I will go to them offer. I really do the and she know about on Jebu.
About on Jebu. I'm in Kwanza. Never sa court case will show to us. Sa a man, Shelley Smart Ashley, Francis Kabuachi, and Harriet Ansa. Yeah, yes, and Quadao Mosha woman, Yano Modi, a draw a man Quadano, or my dragon Quadana and Quadana Dana ho, a bread Quadana woman. Sasama, Cossin.
Okay, I'm a player in TSS at court. A year, Okopium, our police headquarters, your court, you are why a dog support a count Walanta to Asamsa, a count warrior Samsa, or baby 80 and a farm with you. If you're kind of one stop shop, a court, and a dome copium. Oh, me video, Kitwe, been a video in Chipiana, who don't a man, you bit Akonyami, and Nina video, then a man, you bit Akonyam, a man, you know, one more, and there is a quail in a home. But Bakush black, and Bakuso, a shas yellow,
Ghana where besana omu na omu odu omu ma brane pa na omu pasa camera no kra omu nim kra ba camera no omu
aha ọtọwọ baako ṣe tuntum na baako ẹhyẹ kọkọọ bi asẹ kọkọọ tuntum na wọsi ne ti ase ansa na video no ẹkọọ n'anim kura kakra ntiti ase na ẹmaa mmienu na ẹti akonnwa bi ẹso ẹwọ kyerɛ wɔn ọkọ ẹmaa mmienu yɛ Francis Abuakye ɛna Harriet ɛyɛ ansa ɛmaa mmienu yɛ susu sɛ ɔmode aduro ama nkwalaa mmienu n'ọkọ ɛnɛ yɛde kan de wɔn betie mu ɛwɔ district court ɛyɛ district court a ɛkɔ saa ɛhɔ no court hɔ no. Kwedu mako be nwotwe ene ede abom ni di kan ebi ene se ofa so nam kwete kwan so kan wo tibo mu so mde se enu ni be man kwala no enu ni so ede akoma every ama every kwan so mo chese na enye dura ente se nkwala no enu kwedu a ede abom ni nyina omo plead not guilty chese lokwe bia eni sa ensem na no eno temu akwa wo tena dwam ama wo bill 100,000 Ghana cedis 100,000 Ghana cedis say oh bia mpe ni pa mi enyina na chi Nipa mmienu ni nyina enso mo japade a ne bo na som 100,000 Ghana cedis japade no e say ye japade a ya fa say na say gan landed property eno na ye ni sa pe omo pribe bi abonti apolisi for say asa achemo amachi omo mo de won ko am say ye sam de mako circuit court omo say what the heck district court ama court na ma ye do circuit court de e won say a charge mo with causing harm omo say ya harm o hana enkwala obi empraye enkwala obi enenchai ni bibi enkwala ntimo de yeko ene sign them call circuit court awo court premises wa into to district court to circuit court and also yeko ya otemu afọ no ene o ma lawyer kwa kache court say dey you fact corona charges corona ene ya pay o ma sign them call na we dey say as a policy for mo person mo bo emaba wa bi na mo bra wo mushi eno otemu afọ ntese fa dey say dia policy for Mongo fie na mongo ya mo wo because mo ntimi fa fact corona enko district court na mo nsan fa fact corona ema into of no court net to asem national November bo so ne dey to so adunu enson November 27 say yen fa Francis Abuakye ene Harriet ansa enko say ya ma mo be o mi ti block conditions in the obe kotu o ma mi ti dia ene so mo che aposi kwa ka che akozi into ya ema ba wa bi no e so say o mo dey aduru
Yo, ama ya dance papa ama brako ampo from jese wabodwuma the court na wachechiri mu ede amen secho.
Adam Sananu is still with me. Adam, so we're learning from the OSP that this investigation that this wealthy businessman attempted to bribe 80 MPs to get Ken Ofori-Atta out as finance minister in the then administration, Akufo-Addo administration. That investigation has been concluded. And let me just, read excerpts of that statement on the Special Prosecutor's website. And they're saying that the investigation showed that a wealthy businessman did, in fact, attempt to offer money to a section of the Majority Caucus of Parliament with the intention of influencing their demand for the resignation or removal of Mr. Ofori-Atta as Minister for Finance. It also showed that the monetary offer was apparently rejected by the contacted members of Parliament. However, the potential key witness, Mr. Appiah-Kubi's refusal to disclose the identity of the suspect, effectively defeated the investigation. The institution of criminal proceedings would necessarily require the input and cooperation of Mr. Appiah-Kubi, without which the case will not pass muster in respect of the requisite standard establishing guilt, which is proof beyond reasonable doubt. Now, the investigation may be reopened should the circumstances and further facts so dictate. So, what do you make of this investigation? They're saying that Mr. Appiah-Kubi is unwilling to, expose the identity of this wealthy businessman. Are you satisfied with the investigation so far? Was some also thinking that about 80 MPs where there was an attempt to bribe 80 MPs. So if Mr. Appiah-Kubi is not forthcoming, can they seek audience with these 80 MPs? At least one person can, tell us who this wealthy businessman is.
Well, first, let me make a quick comment because I heard part of what Martin was trying to say. So just a quick comment that the understanding that Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta could have been interviewed whilst he was still in the US, I believe it's a non-starter. I fully disagree with Martin when he wants to suggest that was an option we should take. Because just in case the evidence is such that Mr. Kenofriata was going to be found guilty, if he was in the US and the evidence shows that this is somebody who should be sanctioned, what was the OSP going to do? It just complicates it. So, Martin, I'm sorry, that kind of argument is neither here nor there. Now, the businessman. You know, when the political parties take a position, it's very difficult because your whole campaign and how the party will treat you can become compromised. So I can well understand that having first said that we want to move this man from his position because we see the country is not doing well. And then there were all these negotiations. I heard they were called to the presidency and what have you. It must have been difficult for the 80 plus to now then speak out. My challenge is this, and I said it at the time, you know, from an ethical leadership perspective, all of us who take up leadership positions, who are at the forefront of making sure or wanting this country to move forward, must know what is right. Do what is right ourselves and influence those around us to do what is right when it matters most. Yeah. And I think that this was a failure by Mr. Appointee at the time, because I thought that the MPs and the collective of Parliament, from an ethical perspective, should have known that for this country to move forward, sometimes those sacrifices must be made. Mm. And so I still expect Mr. Appointee, Honorable Appointee, wherever he is, to reflect on these matters, especially if he's a Christian, because I think at the time somebody had said he was a Christian to me. I said, look, guys, when we say we are persons of faith, there are things we should stand up for. And when you yourself are guilty, you must pay the penalty for it. Mm. So I am disappointed in the group that failed to speak up, especially the one who spoke up at the time, because I think he should have had the strength of character to still have gone through with speaking to the issues.
Right. We seem to have Martin back on the line. Martin, so Adam Senanu is disagreeing with you about the other option of the OSP seeking audience with Ken over phone, more or less, over the digital media. So what do you still stand by that though?
Yes. So you see, ask Adam Senanu, you see, maybe I like the fight Adam Senanu does, we are all helping fight corruption and the rest. But you see, Adam, there comes a time where some of the points, leave it to the technical people, because when you get in too much, you would cause a bit of confusion. Now let's do this. Let's do a bit of education. There's a law called Mutual Legal Assistance Act, right? Mm-hmm. So for criminal cases, when you need help, you go through it. Now, Oforiatta said you do video conference. I currently don't have the law here, but in times past, we read it. Before you do the video conference, the simple point we're making is that you can ask the U.S. authorities to take Oforiatta's statement for us. So they will take what we call caution statement. Then they will take charge statement. If there are any other things, we will act through that. That's why we made the law. So, Adam, I think this one, maybe we should talk behind the scenes so that we don't appear to be fighting in public. But please, we all want the law to work. So we have a law, we have a legal framework that allows us to get the U.S. authority. And we've debated this ad nauseam. So it's Oforiatta himself who said he will cooperate with the U.S. So, and when it comes to taking the statement, it's not any difficult thing. Once the Americans agree, they will ask him to come to whichever office of the FBI or which other investigating authority will use. Then they will take the statement from him. It's not rocket science.
But Mr. Kpebu, it's been about 4 months now. From the time he did the surgery till now, we anticipate that things are much better now. What will it really take to bring him down? What does it entail